If he has not shown that he's dependable, ladies, but you're in a relationship with him and you're constantly finding yourself to be disappointed with him, particularly in the dependability category, then you must realize and say to yourself that I choose a man who's immature. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bella's Corner, where the truth is delivered with love. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. And ladies, always remember to keep it classy and never trashy. I'm Femininity Coach Bella. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I have probably what's going to be a quick one, but I wanted to bring this forward to the ladies who have a good man. Forget all of the microphone munchkins who are always trying to give a counter argument as to why or why not to be feminine or submissive to a man. Forget what they're saying, because this is for women who have a good man and a good man only. And one of the things about a good man's character is he is dependable. But how does that relate to us as his wife? How does that relate to us as his woman? Well, let's see what this gentleman has to say about dependability. Shout out to the whole phase expert.
And ladies, if you have a dependable man, lean on him. That's what he wants. A dependable man wants to be leaned on by his woman. Yeah. A dependable man wants to be leaned on by his woman. When I get into a relationship, I don't want my woman calling nobody if she got a problem. What's the issue, boo? Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that. I don't even want you calling your real daddy.
Whoop.
I don't even want you calling your real daddy. I'm your daddy now.
Boo boo.
I'm your daddy now. Don't you call your daddy. Your daddy gonna say, where your man at? Why you calling me? What type of man you got? You can't depend on him? Nah. Dependable men want to be depended on when you got an issue. When I get in a relationship, I don't want my woman calling nobody for help. Don't even call your real daddy. You call me. You call your new daddy.
I cut it off, but he said you call your new daddy. Message. He said, I don't want my woman calling anybody. Nobody. Not your father, not your uncle, not your brother. No one. He says, call me. Ladies, if it bubbles up in your spirit to utter these words from out of your mouth, I urge you to stop it. And those words are,
I don't need you. I don't need no man.
A good, dependable man, he understands that he is your rock. He is your stability. He is to provide you with what you need. He says to himself, I'm a man, baby. That's what I'm going to do. As I said in my latest live stream, be the damsel, girl. Baby, will you open this jar for me? I tried to put some elbow grease into it. It just won't seem to budge. He opens it up. And I made the joke with my husband, like, I think I loosened it up a little. He wants you to want him. He wants you to need him. Be the weaker vessel. Submit to that. It's okay. You chose him, so find safety in that. Be vulnerable. Give him the space and the room to continue to show that he's dependable. If he has not shown that he's dependable, ladies, but you're in a relationship with him and you're constantly finding yourself to be disappointed with him, particularly in the dependability category, then you must realize and say to yourself, why isn't he dependable? Am I the one who's giving him the room to not be dependable? Am I standing in the way of him displaying that characteristic to me? That I choose a man who's immature? Oh, he's lazy, he's this, he's that. But maybe there's something within you that attracted this type of man. You're complaining about how he wants a mother, but you showed up being that for him because of the masculinity that is housed within you. That strong and independent ism is strong within you. Attracted a man who wants a mama. Baby, that's on you to blame. That's something for you to examine within yourself. For feminine women, that's never been an issue with being in relationships with a man who isn't dependable. As I've said over here before, a good man is not a perfect man, but a good man is going to show up dependable because he wants you to depend on him. When I get myself into a bind, when I need some assistance, the first call was my husband. And then he'll instruct me on what to do. Again, girl, be the damsel. It's cute. And it shows him she trusts me. She accepts my leadership. She sees me as strong, dependable, and I'm going to get it done for her. A masculine man is dependable. A good masculine leader is dependable. And to you daddy's girls, stop calling your daddy for every single thing. Is your daddy your man or is your husband your man? As wives, we cling. Our husbands cling to us. You leave your daddy's house. You leave your daddy's covering and you cling to your husband. Stop always calling your father because that directly undermines the trust that you should otherwise be building with your husband. You call your father's going to be like, where your man at? Why are you asking me? Why are you calling me? At least that's what a father should say. Why are you calling me? That's what you have a man for. That's what you're under his covering now for. So stop that, daddy's girls. You're no longer a child. You're a grown woman. You submit to your husband now. You don't submit to your father. You respect your father. But just like in that scenario where people ask if your husband and your father got into an argument, your husband tells you to sit down, to go to the car, and your father tells you to sit down or something, who are you listening to? Ladies, the correct answer is your husband. You are going to do what your husband told you to do. You're not going to do what your father told you to do unless you want to stay at home with your daddy. Ladies, don't be silly. When you choose a man to be with, again, you leave the covering of your father and you have accepted the covering and the protection and the instruction and the authority of your husband. That's what it means when in a marriage ceremony during your wedding, the father walks his daughter down the aisle and they say, who is giving the bride away? And the father says, I am. That is him relinquishing her from under his covering to her soon to be husband. My daughter has graduated from under my system, order, and structure, from my curriculum to the higher calling, to the higher education of the groom. So when you're constantly daddy's girls, calling your daddy, whining to your father, that gives room for another man to give you instruction under another man's house. Just like if you're submitting to your pastor before you submit to your husband. You're showing up to choir practice and in church service and this and that more than you're showing up at home. You're submitting to your pastor and your leaders at church and even the men at work more than you're submitting to your husband. You're being more pleasant to your boss and this man and that man who's outside of your home rather than providing that pleasant demeanor and disposition and attitude to your husband, to the one who you became one flesh with. That's out of order. So again, stop that, daddy's girls. But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. But as he said, a dependable man wants his woman to depend on him. Depend on him. But that's all I got for you. The truth has been signed, sealed, and delivered by yours truly. If you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. And if you know of any women who you think would benefit from this information, then please share. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.